Dun, dun, dun. All right, microphone's on. Haven't dropped any frames. Internet's connected. Looks like there's one viewer already. I'm not starting it until about 9 more minutes. I'm testing out the internet here. Had a lot of issues this morning. For all of you jumping on, I'll be starting the marathon in about 9 minutes. Just trying to test out some internet real quick. Got a huge announcement at the very beginning, though, so you'll want to be here at the very beginning of it, for sure. Editor. My kids are driving me nuts. You can probably hear them in there going crazy. I'll just leave the bar there. Should be big enough for people to see. All right. Looks like the internet's holding up. That's good. Computer's doing well. Start up here in about 5 minutes. Da, 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 da. Come on. What are you doing? Well, hold on a second. Just put it right here. You didn't. Hey, come here. Delilah, come here. You didn't eat very much. Why don't you eat a little bit more? Because I'm not going to get you anything here for a little bit. I'm going to order pizza for lunch. Why don't you eat a little bit more of that?
Okay.
Can you do that for Daddy? You didn't eat hardly anything. You only ate one pancake. Eat that sausage. Here. Here's sausage.
Oh, I didn't try it.
You don't eat. If you don't eat all of it, give it to Daddy, okay? But you like sausage? Here, put this on the dining room table, Dolan. And shut the door behind you, okay? Or when you put it on the table, you can come back in. Says I got a few viewers on here right now. Is my voice okay? Everybody hear my voice? Hey, Dolan. Come here a sec. Will you run upstairs and get my good headphones? They're on the bedpost.
Yeah.
They're hanging on the bedpost.
Right or left?
My side.
I can try.
Don't step on the cord. All right, we got what, 20 seconds? Yeah, just put on the bed. All right, total time played. It's already started. Got 3 viewers.
That's good.
Hey, pick that tie up real quick. Hang it up on the door. Shut the door for me. All right. So, back in July, I did a 20. It was close to 26 hours, I think. Marathon for Extra Life. Extra Life is an organization that puts together fundraising money efforts for the Children's Miracle Hospitals Network. And I've been playing for my local hospital here in Indianapolis, Riley Children's Hospital. So in July, I started this up, and I did my big marathon in July where it was supposed to be a full 24 hours. I did a 20, I think it was 26 hours. I'll have to go back and look. But I did 26 hours, and I played the game Super C for Nintendo, which is like the second edition of Contra. And I broke the world record by over 1 million points, the total points record for Super C. So I had kind of 2 things going on in that first marathon. And I accomplished both of them. My original goal for the first goal was to raise as much money as I could for Riley Children's Hospital, and I had a ton of people get on and hang out with me and wish me good luck. Talked to me during the stream, kept me awake in the middle of the night when I really needed it. And my original goal was just to raise $500. I didn't know how much I would be able to raise. I just kind of sent it out to friends and family, some coworkers, and I ended up $500. I thought there's no way I'm even going to get $500, and there's a lot of bad things in the world, and there's a lot of bad people in the world, but the number of good people and the number of charitable people in the world heavily outnumber all the bad. There's still a lot of good in this world, and I could not get over how many people that I know, friends and family, and even people that I'm not, great friends with or don't talk to all the time, just maybe an acquaintance here and there. How many people donated money? And it was small money and it was big money. I had people in that first one, I had multiple people donate $100, and like these are people that I've met, maybe 6 or 7 times in person ever in my entire life. So it was just really great to see how many people were able to chip in money for the Extra Life fundraiser for the Riley Children's Hospital. The total amount that I raised a few days before the marathon had started in July up until about a week or 2 after, because there was a few people that donated after the marathon was over. The grand total came to $1,185. So almost $1,200 in that first fundraiser, and it completely blew my mind. I can't go back and thank every single person. Well, I guess I probably could, but just for the sake of time and getting started here, just thank you to everybody who's donated or contributed so far to this. Today, November the 3rd, is the official Extra Life Marathon Day. So there are thousands of people, gamers right now, who are doing their own stream, and they are playing their 24-hour marathon today. I'm not doing 24 hours again. I did that back in July. However, this little project here that I want to do today, it's probably going to take, it'll at least be 12 hours. I know that for sure. But what I plan to do is I plan to play out an entire season and the playoffs. So basically a whole season, playoff, Super Bowl, everything. Hopefully I make it there. On a game that I created 2 years ago. And so you guys can see, hopefully on the screen here, Tecmo Super Bowl 25th Anniversary Edition. This is a game that I actually created. Let's see if you can see that. Oh, horrible glare. I'll kind of angle it a little bit. This is a game that I created 2 years ago, right before, a few months before the actual 25th anniversary of the game. And so I created this box. This is a bit box by Stone Age Gamer. I know you can't read all of that on the back, but I made it in scale in a bit box, but just like the original, only all of the cool 25th anniversary decorations and everything like this. So if I open this up, this is mainly for people that don't know about it. This is kind of what is on the inside. There is a instruction manual, which is basically a really nice piece of it's cardstock. And then on the back, there is a seal for 25th anniversary. It says, "Congratulations, this certificate of authenticity is for a hacked 25th anniversary edition of Tecmo Super Bowl for play on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This copy is production number 25 of 25. So I created 25 copies of this cartridge. There's only 25 copies that exist in the world of this game. It says, "Use the QR code link below to access the digital instruction manual for this game." So I created a instruction manual for the game. It's password protected. There's a unique QR code on the back of this card that came with each of the 25 copies of the game. So here's the actual cartridge. Again, there's kind of a really bad glare from my window. Let's see if we can get rid of that glare. Is this better? It's still kind of bad. Let's see if we can close this other one. There, that'll work. All right, it's still kind of a glare on it. That's weird. All right. Well, anyway, this is the cartridge. You got the label that you see there on the screen. I don't know if you can tell, but the actual cartridge was painted chrome or silver for 25th anniversary, and it's an actual cartridge. So the game that I created it's all in there. It plays on a Nintendo console, just like anything else. A lot of time and effort that went into this. Something I'm super proud of. This is the one copy that I kept for myself. But there are 24 copies that are out there. When I originally sold the other 24 copies, I think I sold them for, was it $50? And I only made like $4 a copy, I think, on each of the games because of all the time and effort and the money that I spent on like the paint, the label, like just everything that was contributing to putting it together. I had to buy donor cards so that I could use actual cartridges and motherboards and everything. So a lot of money went into it, but it was probably one of my coolest accomplishments in gaming. So what I'm going to do today, this is the big announcement that I just posted on Twitter and Facebook. There is one person who purchased or bought one of the copies, one of the 25 copies of the 25th anniversary of Tecmo Super Bowl. I'll see if I can pull up the message that he sent me yesterday. Alright, so this message is from K3VBot's Homebrew Highlights. So K3VBot, he's on Nintendo Age, on the Nintendo Age forums. He actually bought one of the copies from me. However, the one copy that he got is kind of like a variant. It doesn't have the silver paint on the cartridge. So it has the regular gray cartridge, but has everything else. It has the box, it has the instruction manual, the digital copy, the password protection, all that stuff on it. The original case, the case I just showed you. He has very graciously offered to, I guess, raffle off, in a sense, his copy of the 25th anniversary of Tecmo Super Bowl. So the way we're going to do this is any donations that come in through my Extra Life page. The link is currently in the chat. So it says www.extralife.org/participant/FrozenSith. So any donations that come in during this stream today, the highest donation of the day is going to receive K3 VBot's copy of this game. So there's only 25 of these bad boys in the world. I've got one of them. K3 VBot's got one of them. He has agreed to whoever is the highest bidder that he will mail off his copy of the game. He's played it. He's not totally into Tecmo Super Bowl. He saw my announcement for the fundraiser today, and he was very glad to offer this up as a way to try to drive some donations. So again, I'm going to be playing for at least 12 hours, probably a little bit longer. Probably won't play 24. You never know. Might find something exciting to do. But we're going to play out a season of this game. Now, before I jump on and actually start the game up and start the season, I need to explain, especially for anybody who's a big Tecmo Super Bowl fan, kind of like the ins and outs of the game. So what you see up on the screen, I can actually, I'll actually fire this up. Whoops. So what you see up there on the screen is the manual. It's the digital manual for Tecmo Super Bowl 25th Anniversary Edition. I just want to see if this is working. Of course it's not working. Are you flipping kidding me? Alright, well, you're just going to have to listen to me tell you. I thought I would be able to scroll on the page and let you see it, and it's not letting me. Hey, it's like frozen on the cover. Oh well, okay, so I'll just go through very quickly kind of the purpose of why I created the game. Again, for anybody new who's tuning in, the highest Extra Life donation during the stream today is going to get a copy of this game. There's only 25 copies in the entire world. I'll show you the box and all that stuff periodically throughout the stream. But I have a table of contents at the beginning. I have a very short, and I'm not going to read all of this, but I have a very short story about the history of Tecmo Super Bowl. About how it lasts the test of time, and even though it's a 27-year-old game, it's going on 27-year-old game, it still has a cult following. So I talk about the cult craze, I talk about the NFL Films show presentation that happened, I talked about the online Tecmo Super Bowl community and its existence and its prominence on the cult community. I talked about the purpose of me creating the silver 25th Anniversary Edition, the reason why I wanted to do it, and that's all in there, so it's kind of a cool story. If you end up getting this and get a chance to read it. You got the logos in there, and then it gets into the hacks. So I am going to read through this part because I think for anybody who loves Tecmo Super Bowl, they need to understand how this game is slightly a bit different from the original, but not much. So I'm just going to read straight from this. It says, ROM hacking is a process of modifying a ROM image, usually a video game, to alter the game's graphics, dialogue, levels, gameplay, and other elements. This is usually done by technically inclined video game fans to breathe new life into a cherished old game as a creative outlet or make an essentially new, unofficial game using the game's old engines. ROM hacking is generally accomplished through a series of hex editors, programs, various specialized tools such as game-specific tools or editors, which are generally used for editing levels, items, and the like. Although more advanced tools as assemblers and debuggers are occasionally used. Once ready, they are usually distributed on the internet for others to play on an emulator or in the actual cartridges like this one on a console. Purist versus realist. In Tecmo Super Bowl community, there are usually two types of people. One type's a purist, the other's a realist. Purists typically enjoy the 1991 original game in online league play and in live console tournaments. These players do enjoy hacked versions of the game, but like to leave the game as much unaltered as possible. The realists like the hacks to make the game more like real life, or kind of like maybe like Madden, where it's more realistic. Gameplay from this type of hacking makes the game feel more regular football. For the 25th anniversary edition of Tecmo Super Bowl, I was very torn. The new hacks and discovery and work from forum members in the community deserve to be acknowledged. Oh, speaking of that, just very briefly, I told Brewdog that I would mention him on stream, and so he was one that donated. I think he donated $50 for my Super C marathon there at the very end. I think it was like a week or two after the marathon. So thanks, Brewdog. That was awesome of you. So continuing for this edition of 25th anniversary edition of Tecmo Super Bowl, the new hacks and discoveries from forum members deserve to be acknowledged and implemented, but at the same time, I didn't want to offend purists, and I'm more of a purist for the game, so this edition of Tecmo Super Bowl uses a few of the newer hacks, but it really encompasses or feels like the original 1991 game. So here are the hacks that this game has. It has the two-player condition fix. That basically fixes the problem on the two-player side when you play two-player, or you play the computer, or you play two-player, where it doesn't show the proper ratings for the conditions. So that's fixed. No fumble after the score. Everybody likes to tackle the person after they scored a touchdown. What a lot of people don't know is that the statistics are ruined from that. So if you try to dive, they will never fumble in the end zone. Onside kick for recovery 2. In the original Tecmo Super Bowl, you may notice that the two-player side very rarely recovers an onside kick attempt, and that's because of the percentage rates for each side. There is a distinct advantage for player 1. This hack gives the exact same percentage for player 2 to recover a onside kick. The avoid kick block fix. In the original Tecmo Super Bowl game, it was discovered that the avoid kick block rating was just like pass accuracy rating. Both ratings mean relatively nothing or causes no changes in gameplay. This hack fixes the avoid kick block rating so that it actually matters when kicking field goals or extra points, or those things being blocked, or when the defender gets in. Pass accuracy still holds no value in this game. And remember that pass control determines the quarterback's ability to complete passes on throw, on target. Another hack that this game has is being able to play on the two-player side against the computer. So a lot of people get aggravated that you can only play on the player 1 side. So this hack allows you to play from both sides. There's a 50% chance of being player 2 in a season mode game. So when I start this game up, I've got a 1-player and a 2-player controller. So if I have to play on a 2-player side with whatever team we're playing with, then I'll have to play on the 2-player side. Gameplay and aesthetics. There is a hack for faster interceptions and fumble returns. I love this hack. On the original game, if you get an interception, you probably are going to go about 5 yards. In this game, the max speed, the MS rating, basically determines how fast you're going to run after a fumble or an interception. So if you have a really fast player, like for instance Wayne Haddix in the original game, then if he got an interception, he would have the ability to return that probably all the way for a touchdown if you have some skill. Other hacks in the game, there is a playbook hack. So you'll see that. I'll show you that in maybe the first game, where you can access the playbook and you can change the plays mid-game. Very cool hack. Kickoff from the 35-yard line. So just like the rule changes in the real NFL, the kickoffs have been moved to the 35-yard line, but you won't be able to kneel down for the touchback, so it's a little more challenging for kickoff returns. You got to get out of that end zone. Longer extra points, just like the NFL changes, I think it was like 2 years ago. The extra points are going to be the same distance that they are in real life, so it's a little bit longer, and you're not guaranteed to hit it like you were in the original. This is probably the one hack that really alters the game, that kind of gets away from the purist feel. So I have a pass lob start button hack. So the quarterback, if you press B, they're going to have whatever their pass speed rating is on the game. So like in the original game, Dan Marino had an 81 pass speed. So if you pressed B, it was like throwing a rocket, really fast, zip on the ball. But in this game, if Dan Marino had an 81 pass speed, you could actually hit the start button and it kind of throws that fade pass to the back of an end zone. It's kind of like a little bit of a lob. Or if you want to drop back and throw the full field pass for a touchdown, then you would just want to hit the start button if your quarterback has a laser rocket arm, like Peyton Manning. Better computer defensive coverage. So one big thing that I always hated about the computer, I ended up getting what I feel like pretty good at the game. You know, I was beating the computer by like 60, 70 points every game. I want to play a computer that is good. So there's a couple of hacks in there that make the computer a little bit tougher. And one is better defensive coverage, so the intelligence, they cover the people very well on passes. There's a calm tap boost. You'll notice in the middle of the game that there will be a little number underneath the players. And what that number means, it's how many times I am pressing the button when I am in a grapple. So if you see like a 10, then that means I pressed the button 10 times during that grapple. In this game, the computer is going to have a average tap press of 8. So you're pretty much going to have to tap more than 8 times to beat the computer in a grapple. In the original game, I believe it was just 1, and anybody in the chat or whatever can correct me as I'm wrong after I get off this manual. I believe you only had to press it once, maybe twice, to out-grapple the computer player. So that's the tap meter and the calm tap boost hack. There is a halftime statistics screen, so at the end of the second quarter, just like at the end of a game, you'll kind of see where you're at with your statistics, that blue screen. There's a randomized sound loop where it plays all the different types of music, like the playoffs and the Pro Bowl, and it's completely random on each play. This game also has 32 franchises. So the original game had the 28 teams and 6 divisions. This has your, I believe it's, is it the 4 divisions, and it has the 32 teams, just like real life today. Special thanks. I'm just going to throw these out here real quick because without these people, I would not have been able to go in and hack this ROM or be able to put together like the label and the actual, the actual game itself. So Brewdog from the forums, Jay Stout, Buck, Lightning Larry, he's the legend, Arncom, and really just anybody else who contributed from the tecmobowl.org forums. So that's the hacks. One more quick thing in the manual. This is one thing that everyone will probably be asking about if they didn't see this originally 2 years ago. How did I give all the players their ratings? So the way this game works is I'm taking the top people from every position on the roster from that franchise from the past 25 years. So from 1991 to 2016, which really would have been 2015 to get the game out on time. I looked up all these statistics. It took me probably a year and a half to start doing that and get that all down the way it should be. And I created a formula. And the formula is called the Favor. So it's F-A-V-R. It's a little acronym that I've created. And the bottom line is that, yes, there are people that should be on this game that is the best person for that position from that franchise, but they didn't have enough of the items that were in this formula that would put them in that spot. So a great example would be when you think of the Raiders and you think of who is the best running back to ever play for the Raiders. It was Bo Jackson, right? Maybe Marcus Allen. Well, Bo Jackson, according to the formula, did not make it according to his career. He only played, what, 3 seasons, I think? 4 seasons, maybe. His statistics were driven down compared to the other people that are in these formulas. So, I get it, and I disagree with some of the people, but I took every single position strictly off of this formula. There is some tiebreakers that I used. That's all in the manual. Again, if you're just tuning in, the highest donation, highest bid that kind of comes in today for my Extra Life page, K3 VBot is going to sell, or it's basically he's donating his copy of the game to the highest bidder. All right, one more thing. So there's a thing that I did when I created this game. I did some online voting and some polls for fan favorites. I allowed for 6 players to be retained from the original ROM into this game if they didn't make the cut through the formulas. So in each division, instead of having a QB Bills or a QB Browns or a QB Eagles like the original game had with number 0 and the silhouette for the little avatar, there are 6 of those guys in this game, and they were all voted on by people through my Facebook page when I created this game 2 years ago. So I'm going to just tell you who those 6 people are, and I could probably do this when I open up the game too. But the person from the AFC was the East back then. AFC East was Eric McMillan. So in this game, he is the FS for free safety Jets. And he has special ratings. He has one rating that makes him like extremely good. That rating is the hit power rating. He got a hit power rating of 100. So when he runs into somebody, he blows them up. He pops them. He popcorns them. In the AFC Central, the fan favorite was Richard Johnson. So RCB Oilers has a special attribute of 100 interceptions. So if you throw anywhere in the neighborhood or the vicinity of Dick, you are probably going to get picked off. In the AFC West, the fan favorite was Bo Jackson. Obviously, I think almost everybody would probably want to keep him. And so he's running back Raiders. And his special attribute, he got a 100 running speed start. So I gave him his statistics based on his formula. He only ended up being like a 38 max speed running back, but with that 100 start speed, he starts off really fast through the hole and then slows down. So he can't zigzag like he did on the original game, but he has a very quick burst of speed to the hole. For the NFC, what was it, East? Yeah, the NFC East. It is Martin Mayhew, and that's LCB Redskins. And his powerful rating was... What was his powerful rating? I can't figure it out. Oh, he has the running speed like Lonnie Young. So he starts out with a fast running speed of 69. So he's kind of like Lonnie Young, but he still retains a lot of the higher ratings that Martin Mayhew had. For the NFC Central, it had to be Wayne Haddix. Everybody voted in Wayne Haddix, so RCB Buccaneers, right cornerback Buccaneers. As a tribute to him, we gave him 69 start speed, 75 max speed, 75 hit power, and he retains his 75 interceptions. So he is a beast on the game. And in the last one, the NFC West fan favorite was Charles Haley, who will be on the 49ers on this game. That's another thing. The reason why he was picked for the 49ers was the number of seasons he played for the Niners versus the other teams. The Cowboys, I think, was the other team that he played for. So his special attribute is he has 100 hit power, so devastating on the line. So again, there's about 10 or 12 more pages of information that you can go through. Just so you know, I'm just going to run through quickly like the teams. So the best team on the game, there's a tie. It's either the Pittsburgh Steelers or the San Francisco 49ers. I also did team ratings to determine how good the simulations are with the teams. And then I'm just going to read down the list. So Pittsburgh Steelers, San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, Patriots, Vikings, Colts, Broncos. Those are the top tier teams on this game. The middle tier teams on the game are the Redskins, Lions, Bills, Dolphins, Chargers, Arizona Cardinals, St. Louis Rams, Falcons, Tennessee Titans, Buccaneers, and Baltimore Ravens. And then the bottom tier teams, the teams that are a little bit lower in ratings, are the Oakland Raiders, the New York Giants, the Bengals, the Packers, the Jets, the Saints, the Chiefs, the Panthers, Bears, Eagles, Texans, Jaguars, and Browns. So that's kind of like the strength of the overall teams. I have division previews, team previews, expectations for who was supposed to win. If you did a simulation for a whole season, I'll skip through all of that. I've got a glossary in there that explains things for people who are not you know, as into the Tecmo Super Bowl scene. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've already killed a ton of time, and I don't want to bore people who want to watch. But that was the manual. All right, so the way I want to do this is I'm going to play out a season. I really don't want to use the same team more than once. I want to play with a different team every single week. And I also do not want to play a team that I've either been or have played already. So I want to try to see as many of the teams during the regular season as we possibly can. So here is the intro to the game. I'll let this play through. I'll put my headphones on so I can hear the music. Noonan, $25 donation. So right now, unless somebody else has donated and I've missed it, Noonan, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I know the Iowa tournaments today, man. That's fantastic. I couldn't have planned around it because the Extra Life Marathon official day is November the 3rd. So I wish you guys luck, and I know you guys will have a lot of fun out there. So thanks for the donation. Unless somebody else, and I've missed it, has donated while I was yapping, you are the high bidder right now, and you may get another copy, because I think you bought a copy for your brother. Thanks a lot, bud. Yep, so as you guys can see, it says high bidder, DL Noonan. I can't pull out the cartridge, obviously, because I've got that in the Nintendo, but the high bidder, the highest donation for today, is going to receive one of the 25 copies. There's only 25 of these ever made. The box, the instruction manual, the online ratings, the system, the explanations, all that stuff, and the cartridge that's in the machine now, for the highest donation for my Extra Life page today, which goes toward benefiting Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. Website, I'll periodically copy and paste so that you guys can see that and probably vote or go donate. If you can't donate, it's fine. What's up, Troy? Hang out, talk, share the website with people that may be able to donate. I'm going to let this play through one or two more times so people can see this. The goal is to play a whole season of this unique game of Tecmo Super Bowl. 25th Anniversary Edition, all 32 teams. Supposedly the best players from every franchise over the past 25 years. I get that people will disagree. I used a formula strictly for every position. There are 6 fan favorites that we just went through. You'll see that if we play with one of those teams. I'm going to let this play through one more time before we start it up. I'm going to do a game preview or a matchup preview every game of the season so people can see the team rosters and everything. So this will be the last time that we run through this. Yes, Troy. I am not auctioning off a copy. One of the people who purchased the game KV3 bot from Nintendo Age is basically auctioning off his copy. So the highest donation that comes in during the entire stream today, he will mail a copy with the box, the instruction manual, all the online stuff, the cartridge, and that person will receive that copy. The only difference with his copy compared to the other 24 is that his copy was original gray. It was the only one of the 25 that was not a silver painted edition. So as you can see, this is something I created. I used to go off the handle Tecmo Psycho. So 25th anniversary edition here. Got a silver or a gray background here at the... Why is that stretched that way? Hang on a second. That's aggravating. Yeah. Anyway, so you have some options down here. You can change the quarter length. That's a hack I didn't mention earlier. You got your team data, Pro Bowl, all that stuff's the same. I told you can play as the computer on the 2-player side. So that's the hack there. Got all 32 franchises on the game. Well, we're going to have to fix that because it's cutting off some of the screen. So give me 1 second here. Where's the Elgato? There we go. I thought I had this looking good before we started, so apparently not. I got so many stinking things on here. Season saves should work. I have never tried to play a season. When I tested things out before, it did. What's up, Camp? Yeah, man, no problem. Watch when you can. And then I got your messages. I've just been super busy since school started up. We were on, did a little stuff over fall break, and I haven't been able to kind of get... I took some things out of the garage, and I found my old labels for the systems and stuff, and I will do your systems. I just don't know when I'm going to have the time to get them done. And I'll have to talk to you about, are you mailing the consoles and that kind of stuff? Because I don't have any extra consoles anymore. Stuff like that. Yeah, but I can do what you're wanting, your ideas. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And even if the save state doesn't work, Troy, it should work. I haven't really tested it out or anything like that. I know there's a battery in there. They replaced the battery, so it's a new battery. If for some reason they don't, I'm going to be able to play the whole season out because I'm not stopping it today, for sure. All right, so season. First schedule here. Oh, looks like I simulated a season. So we gotta clear that. So this is going to be the games for week 1. I'm basically going to let anyone that's in the chat decide. The only rules about picking the teams is that I refuse to... I want to play with as many different teams as we possibly can. So I'm definitely not playing with the same team twice during the regular season. And I want to try to play against different teams too, so people gets a chance. Yes, I am. I'm going to play every single regular season game. Oh, wait. No. That I don't think you could even do that in 24 hours, could you? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 16 times 20 minutes. I'm a social studies teacher. That's a lot of minutes. Where's my calculator? There we go. It hurts my head to do that kind of math. So that's what, 320 minutes? What was that, like 5 hours? Is that like 5 hours? So 1 week would take 5 hours, Camp, to do that if I played every single game. So you're looking at 5 hours. Like a little more than 5 hours, I think, actually. So it's like what 5.3 or 4. So 5.3 hours times 16-week season. That'd be 84 hours if you played every game of the season. I can't do that in this marathon, obviously. And then whatever the playoffs would be too. So that won't work. So I'm going to play one game a week and then simulate the rest of the games that are on there. And then we'll play out the playoffs as well. I'll play every game of the playoffs. I don't know how long that'll take. Well, 16 weeks times 20 minutes. So that's 5 hours. That's a little over 5 hours. How many games are there in the playoffs? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 10 games. Holy crap. Well, I might be playing for a while then. Might be a 24-hour stream today. I didn't want it to be. So yeah. So I'll take some feedback from the chat. First game or first week that's up here. Let me see if I can pull up the rankings of the teams so that you guys can see that. I'll try to pull that up real quick. There we go. And then let's go back. Manual. Refresh. Okay, it's being stupid. It's not letting me refresh it. God, that stinks. I wanted to show people the manual and everything. Oh, I'm not reloading it every time. I know that much. Oh, well. Well, I guess I can just kind of, if people want to throw a matchup out there, I'll tell you how lopsided it is. But again, just to kind of review on those teams, the top tier teams on this game are the Steelers, 49ers, Cowboys, Patriots, Vikings, and Colts, and Broncos. The mid-tier teams are the Redskins, the Lions, the Bills, the Dolphins, the Chargers, the Cardinals, Rams, Falcons, Titans, Buccaneers, Ravens. And the low-tier teams are the Raiders, Giants, Bengals, Packers, Jets, Saints, Chiefs, Panthers, Bears, Eagles, Texans, Jaguars, and Browns. Oh, I am getting a lot of drop frames now. Yeah, it's going crazy on drop frames. And my internet was great up until about, what, 2 minutes ago, it looks like. Yeah, it's definitely behind. I said that a little while ago. So I wonder what I can do to make the stream a little bit better. That's definitely a lot of minutes. Yeah, so it's going super slow. Yeah, I have no idea how I can make that better. Well, it just keeps saying I have drop frames. Let's keep going. It just keeps going. Which is crazy because I disconnected our, when I was having internet issues earlier, I disconnected our router and everything. Like, shut it all down. I reset the network password. I kicked everybody off of the internet. I mean, the only thing I could do, I guess, is hardwire in, but I don't even know if I have my cord long enough to reach to the router anymore. So I guess I'll wait a few more minutes and try to see if you guys catch up to what I'm saying. I'm waiting for some feedback on which game I should play. If I was gonna pick it, let's see what we got here. Oakland Saints might be a good one for this game, matchups wise. Jets Bengals might be a good game. Arizona New England wouldn't be too bad. 11 games for playoffs. Man, it's really behind. Tennessee, Minnesota, maybe? No, Minnesota would be too good for them. Yeah. So 11 games. KC, San Diego might be okay. Let me see Tennessee. No, I think it's too big of a mismatch. I got Houston, Chicago. That'd probably be a good one. Yeah, Jets Saints are almost identical. So where's the Bears and the Texans? Bears Texans would be a great matchup. Pretty even. But I don't necessarily have to play even matchups either. I could do a mismatch where I have the worst of the two teams. Saints Oakland. Let's see what Jets Bengals. Jets Bengals would be a really good one. On this game. So I'm leaning toward Bears Texans. Bears are slightly better. Or Bengals Jets. Does the Dolphins play this first week? What do we got here? Dolphins and Seattle. Where's Seattle on this list? Did I leave Seattle off the list? Seahawks. Where's the Seahawks? Yeah, I think I did. I don't see them. Well, that sucks. Yeah, the whoops. It's really behind. Wow. Yeah, see, this is the internet crap I was dealing with earlier. And I'm not tech savvy enough to figure it out, I'm sure. I guess I could close a bunch of this stuff. No, I'll close that. Whoops.